All right. Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about probably one of the most important aspects of just about anything. All right. And that is rapport. Mm-hmm. Okay. You know.
Anchoring you use as punctuation, right? But rapport you're using all the time.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, anchoring is like the tool you use. Mm-hmm. Rapport is what opens that door so that you can get in there and start using the tools. Now, this is what happens. A lot of people have like premature itty. They start like without even thinking about rapport, a connection, whether what the other person needs, anything like that. They just blurt in and start talking.
Start their spiel.
Okay, without taking the time to kind of open the door. And it's what you're doing. You're basically, if you visualize this, it's like you're talking to a closed door. And there may be somebody behind it listening, but you don't know. Okay? They may have walked away. You have no idea. It was really kind of interesting, though. And Kim's nephew calls her yesterday. It's a great story. Mm-hmm. And, he's going to study to be an engineer, so...
Well, he's almost done.
Okay, whatever. But, he's going to school to be an engineer. And engineers have an engineer mindset. And somebody said something to him, and in his opinion, they were wrong.
Well, he corrected somebody.
She said that she was wrong.
She actually was wrong, but that's beside the point, really.
And in his mind, it was totally okay to just tell her why what she was doing was not correct. And to his amazement and shock, she got a little angry. She does not appreciate him. He was like, you were talking to him.
His mindset was, she was wrong. It was something in engineering. They're both in the same major, and she didn't understand the concept. Mm-hmm. So he said she was kind of right, but she was off. She didn't really understand it completely. So I thought I'd help her and explain the concept to her better. And she got a little bit offended.
Imagine that.
And so I asked him, I said, well, how did you approach it? Like when you are teaching somebody? He said, well, yeah, of course. I said, well, you're not her professor. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't accept you in that position. And he said, oh, okay. He's like, I guess I was a little bit condescending. And I said, well, it came off as condescending because when you go into a teacher position with someone who accepts you as an equal, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right? So I started explaining our concepts, and he goes, maybe then I should go apologize. I said, no.
Let it go.
He'd already apologized, said, I think you're getting upset. He said, I need to go Monday and apologize. I said, no, because then you're breaking rapport again. Mm-hmm. You're continuing.
Yeah, you're
and bringing that filter up again. And that's what rapport is all about. He didn't understand. He understands teaching and he understands engineering, but he doesn't understand positioning and rapport and understanding how the person's viewing him.
And the thing is this, okay, and he's a really smart kid, all right? Mm-hmm. But in his mind, it would be, but of course she would be open to being told she was wrong. I was just trying to help her. She should have welcomed my input because I'm smart, okay? This is one of those things where you can be right and still lose.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Because she might understand the concept better, but she doesn't like him as much now, probably.
Yeah. So this is one of those things, and this goes across the spectrum of everything you ever do in your entire life, whether it's social, okay, whether it's business, whether it's selling, whether it's interviewing, whether it's trying to get decent service, whether it's just trying to be noticed.
Right.
Okay, or become part of a group. Mm-hmm. All right, you got to notice some certain level of rapport. It's like a week or so ago, we were at Dylan's wedding. Dylan's wedding was fun, from what I remember. But Dylan's wedding was fun, okay? And I met a lot of the people that he knows there. But I didn't go to the wedding to be an expert. Some people talked to us about business, asked about stuff like that. And I stayed equal goofy, most of the time. And when they asked a really important question, I changed my level of rapport, answered it, and went right back. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll be talking about that in a minute, okay? So, the whole idea of getting rapport is fitting their it's all about them. Rapport is not about you.
Fitting what they need. I mean, and to go back to the story briefly, if I went up to him and explained to him he was wrong about a concept, he wouldn't care and he would listen and be grateful. He is not her. He didn't think at all about what she needed or who she was. He thought about who he was and what he would want in that situation.
Yeah. Okay. And I would like somebody to tell me that I'm wrong.
And he would.
And he would. Okay?
Yeah.
But the world is not him.
Yeah.
Thank God. All right? Thank God. All right? But I mean, and a couple of things that we examples of this. We had a guy trying to implement a program to help students, okay? But every time he tried to put his program forward, he kept hitting a brick wall. And, he was getting nowhere. He became a pest. He became annoying. Okay? And you tell them this happens because people stop answering your phone calls. All right? Some people try to become, when they want something, they think that they become demanding and pushy.
Right.
This is where salespeople blow it all the time. All right? They're just like, well, what I need to do is I need to get to that 27th no. Okay? And believe me, if you do that to me, by then I've probably pulled a weapon of some sort. I mean, it's like, if I get to tell you no that time, the police are coming or you're going to be in big trouble. All right? And a lot of people beg.
Yeah.
Okay? They think if they're subordinate that they won't be offensive.
Right.
All right? And for those, you're going to be offensive.
But they're very forgettable at that point and very easy to ignore, and nobody respects people in that position.
That's a really good point. Okay? The one thing you don't want to be is forgettable. All right? Now, what you have to understand something about rapport. All right? It's not about being liked. Okay? It's not. A lot of people, you go to these sales things, it's like, I've got a guy in coaching, great guy and everything. He goes like, but I'm talking about their car, and I'm talking about their dog, and anything I notice about their neighborhood, and I'm trying to find something in common, It's like, that's all okay, but it doesn't work. Because he's trying to be perceived as an expert in his field and someone that can help them, and he's talking about the frickin' dog. All right? It doesn't get you rapport. Okay, so
we're not the right kind of rapport for that situation.
No, okay. The thing is this, okay, you've got to, what do they need, okay? If someone's drowning, they don't need to find somebody that'll like them to save them.
Right.
Okay, if I'm on fire, I don't care if the fireman has a great personality.
It's helpful, I don't know.
If he brought water, I'm happy, okay? I'm just like, you could be a jerk with water, and I'm happy. Unless it's a grease fire, and then it's not too good.
And yet, still, you shouldn't be a jerk.
No, but I mean, at that point in time, I need water. I don't care who.
Right.
The person I hate most on the planet could be there, and if they had water, they're welcome. It's like, yep. For right now, we're doing this, okay? So it kind of gets you the idea. This kind of the frame that we're building for you with rapport is understanding that it's not about you. It's about fulfilling the things that they need for you to influence them. It's not about being right. It's not about being liked. It's not about being like them.
Certainly not about being right.
No, you can be right and people
being
can hate
right
you.
is where people lose most of the time.
Right. I mean, honestly, that's what the internet was born for. All right. So, I'm going to give you the 3 undeniable truths about rapport. Okay. The first one is, people don't need you to be like them when they have a problem that needs to be solved, i.e. fire, okay?
Hopefully not fire,
Drowning.
but yeah. Hopefully not drowning. But yeah.
The plane is going down, I need a pilot.
Hopefully you just need a car or, a TV.
Everybody out there is desperate for you to understand them.
Right.
Understand their problem, understand where they are. Right. This works really, really great. When you're calling people up, and this works. I did a chat the other day. Again, I've pegged out my internet usage for the month, and I was talking to the guy because they want $50 for every 10 megs after that, and I still have like 500 or 10 gigs. I need like 500 gigs to back up on the computer. So, I'm just talking to this guy, and I'm telling him, I say, I understand it's not your fault. It's not you. It's not this. It's not that. It's
right.
It's it's just that I have a problem, and he solved the problem for me.
Yeah.
Because I understand. He's in customer service. Basically, he gets yelled at all day. And I'm not
Right.
going to be the guy who yells at him.
Right.
You know? So he found a solution for me. I could get unlimited access for $50 a month. And if I did it last week, would have been 25. And I said, why don't I wait until I use up the rest of my bandwidth? And then it'll be like around 10 for unlimited. You know? And he goes, that's what I would do. And it's like, what a great guy. Because I understood him.
Right.
And what he needed. Okay? The third undeniable truth, and this is probably the most important one. Everybody out there has a burning desire to connect with people. Nobody out there actually wants to be this isolated little person. There are people who say they do. They don't.
Well, they want to be only because they're scared of people or scared of certain interactions or uncomfortable feeling a certain way. But in reality, if you connected with them the right way, they would probably welcome that connection.
Oh, yeah. But the people, if you walk around and look at the world, the cashier at the grocery store, Kim does some really great stuff. So you get the cashier at the grocery store, and, you know, there's all, how you doing today? And she'll look back and say, how are you doing today? And it's like the world stops. It's like, and all of a sudden, you could see them relax. And she asks, what do you think about the weather? I'm saying it's almost time to get off. Blah, blah, blah. Some kind of conversation about what's happening. And these people relax and they talk. They irritate the customers behind them in line because she's having a good conversation and they want to get out of there. But they actually feel like you have noticed them.
Right. Well, I mean, I have noticed them. And I
Yeah.
go one step further in my rapport than every other customer.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm gushing and their best friend, but instead of just being a little distant, I'm a little closer,
Yeah.
a little warmer, actual eye contact. And just that tiny shift in most situations is all you need to trump your competition.
Yeah. Honestly, and that's the really great point. Okay?
You're not winning by miles, you're winning by inches in most situations.
Yeah.
So
You just have to be that much better. That much better than the competition.
Because
that much better than the person in front of
Because
you.
if you go buy a TV or a mattress or a car, let's be honest, I don't care if you love Ford or Chevy, they're both very similar vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not that much difference to tell you, that, don't kill me, no death threats from that.
Yes. Your dad will kill you.
My dad might kill me.
Your dad would have a heart attack.
My dad and Gary will be on each side, both beating the crap out of me. But anyway, but the point is, since your products are probably relatively similar. I mean, a lot of you are selling in regulated industries. We're all normal people out here if you're going out socially.
Yeah.
Except for us, we're not normal. That you just have to have that slight edge. You're winning by inches, not miles.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And that's all you need to, actually, is what I mean.
All right. So, let me know that you understand that. All right. Because those things are true, and you have to understand it before we go anywhere further.